We all do it. We scroll. And when we find something interesting, we stop. What I want to do today is help you stop the scroll for your ideal audience using supercharged images, which is your original listing images, but supercharged with some of the effects and a couple of templates that I've created for you on Canva. I'm Wendy with West, and I'm here to share with you results-based marketing that you can use right now. The scroll stopping template that I've created for you today is called a letter frame template. I've chosen the word home. I've dropped letter frames in there. As you can see, there's a landscape on them. So that means I'm going to be putting a picture in that. So this is just a placeholder right now. But what's really good about this template is it does a couple of things. It has an offer statement, which is your text. It has an image of one of your beautiful living rooms. We're going to use a living space for today. You can use any image you want, of course. The longevity, how long you've been in the industry. So you can put your beginning year and then your name and your title, what you do, and we're going to add a logo. So I'm going to go ahead and drop into this. And before I show you how to use this exact one, I'm going to show you how I built out this word home that's equally spaced, same size, etc. That's usually one of the questions that I get. So I'm going to do that just by quickly showing you from scratch. So I started with the Instagram square template size canvas. I've used the color that I want to use to share off my brand, or maybe I might even in the future change this background color to match or go a little bit better with the image. So let's get started by putting the frames, the letter frames in. The way that I do that is on the far left-hand side, you're going to go to, so here we go, to elements. I'm going to click on elements. So over on the left-hand side is a great navigation bar, and I put the word frame in. And when you do that, you'll find all of these different types of frames that you can put photos into. I went towards the bottom to find the alphabet. Now to recreate what I just did, I'm just going to click on one letter at a time and spell out the word home. So H-O, I'm going to do a little scroll here, M-E. And as you can see, they're all on top of each other. And the reason is I'm going to give you a tip on how to get them the right size all at the same time, instead of a whole bunch of back and forth with resizing each one individually. So the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to click outside the canvas, and then I'm going to click and drag. So I'm basically over the top of all four letters, and then I'm going to group them so that I can do a few things. One thing I want to do is I want to reduce the size. So all the letters are going to be the same size. And then I'm going to find kind of the center. So basically the center. And by the way, these guidelines are fantastic. There'll be a vertical and a horizontal line when you're exactly in the center. And then also from a design perspective, not going all the way to the outside edge with your imagery is a great idea. So I have that. Now I'm going to ungroup them. Click outside the box so they're now ungrouped, and I'm going to separate them. So let's take that E. As you can see, the guidelines are helping me. I guess it's going to just do that. There we go. And where is my O? Well, it looks like I lost the O in the process. So let's go back to elements. Now, the thing about this is sometimes you'll see like this one right here, they're too close together. These are not the exact same distance apart. So this is one of the tips I really am excited about sharing with you. It's called the tidy up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight over the top of all of them again. I'm going to click on position this time, and I'm going to choose tidy up. And when I do that, you'll see that it has moved them all completely the same distance apart. So this is a really great way to take the elements that you're trying to organize and get in line, etc. That's how I did that. But let's go back up to the template that I originally created for you, and I'm going to walk you through the elements of how you're going to drop images in, put your message on, and then download and save. So here we are, we've got home, and we can go one of two places to get images. We can either go to uploads, so any photos that you have uploaded yourself, or I could go to photos and I could choose from any of the images that are stock images that are available to me. So I'm going to go ahead and use a stock image today. I highly encourage that you use your gorgeous listing photos. They're exactly what you need, and they are your product. They are the properties that you sell. So to get started, we're going to click on the image on the left-hand side, which drops onto your canvas. We're going to do this 4 times, so let me show you what we're going to do. First, I'm going to hold and drag this image until I see that it's dropped into the letter H. Now that it's in the letter H, I need to make it the same width, the entire width of this canvas, so that I can fill up each of those letters to be a continuation of that picture. So the way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to double click, and now I can see the entire image. I'm going to just drag it so it's on the far left-hand corner, and then stretch it with this bottom corner so that it's all the way to the right. Now I'm going to get it in place. So for this, I want to have some of the couch, a little bit of the floor. So I'm going to give a little bit of the floor and a little bit of the background. I have it where I want it. I'm going to click outside the canvas. There's the beginning of this living room. I'm going to click one more time. Actually, it's going to be 3 more times. I'm going to click so I can drop this into the O. Once it's in the O, double click to see the full picture. I'm going to go ahead and just, the first thing you want to do, don't worry about it being lined up yet. Let's just drag it and make it the full width. Then, do you remember in the old days when you had that translucent paper? I think they called it onion skin. You could lay it over something so you could trace it. We're going to use this the same way. So as you can see, as I move this image up and down, I'm just looking to match it up on the left-hand side approximately with the edge of that couch. Click outside. Now you can start to see the continuation of it. Let's do it again. Drop it into the M, double click, make it the full size. You can see how this is going to be easier than you thought, but it's fascinating to people. They absolutely love this format, and it's not done very often, so you'll definitely stand out in a crowd. Drop in the E. Last thing I'm going to do is just make this the full size. And then all I'm doing every time is lining up on that left-hand edge of the corner of the couch, and it doesn't have to be perfect, so please don't play that game. As you can see, this shows off it's a living space. You can see the background, you can see the couch, you can see the wall, the floor. It's really beautiful. Next, let's go to the text. So in order to change the text, you just get inside the text box. You can double click, or you can drag and drag over the top of the entire text, and you're going to change it. I'm going to give this is what I do. So I'm going to also include my audience, the people I want them to know that this is what I do. So I'm just going to say welcoming you home. And then adding the year allows me to show this is my longevity in the industry. I've been doing this since 1999. And then your name. And one of the things about marketing that we forget is that when we have one marketing moment, and that's what you just have that much time, or maybe even a little less, you want to use that time to only give off one message. So here's my message. I welcome people home. This is how long I've been in business, and I'm a realtor. This is my message. This is who I am and what I do. I don't want to add everything I possibly could. A website, a landing page, a clickable link, etc. I want this to be nice and clean and clear. And someone in my audience will want me to help them welcome them home, or maybe help them sell their home and market their home like I'm marketing this one. So that's what I'm going to do here. On the last piece of it, I've added this little box, this little image spot for you to drop your logo. But I'm going to remove it because I actually have my logo loaded in a Canva, and I highly recommend that you do this. So when you first set up Canva, if you haven't done it, it lets you put your logo and your colors, etc. in. And I'm going to go to my logo folder, click once, drop my logo, resize, and then I'm going to drag it down to where I want it, which is going to be at the bottom. Perfect, exactly where I want it. I'm ready to use this. Now you can use it just as it is, as a solid image, or you can also animate it. And this is part of the free version of Canva as well, which it allows you to animate it up here. So if you do want to animate, you can click on animate. And then, for example, I'll use breathe. I can have it come from the bottom. I can have it pan in, fade in, etc. I'm going to go with breathe for right now. So if I wanted to use this as a little animated GIF, so it's going to have some movement, which will also capture attention, I'm going to download it. It's going to be a 10-second one, as we can see. I'm going to download it as an MP4 video. But if instead you would like to have this just as a beautiful image, I would suggest that you download it and save it and then use it as a PNG. So it's as simple as that. Choose what format you want to use it in. Click on download. You are ready to put this on your social channels. Last step, you stop the scroll. So what should you do? you should tell them what you want to tell them that has context around that image. So at this point, this is where you can tell a little story about the property that you're selling, or maybe it's about the buyer that you've worked with, or maybe it's a general story about how you build community around homes and people. This is where you go into your social writing skills and you add that in. But first, you stop the scroll with the image. I hope this was exactly what you were looking for today. Look forward to sharing more results-based marketing and design ideas on our next video. See you there. If you found this valuable, I have more and I'd love to share it with you. Simply subscribe to my channel, and every time I have new marketing and tech that works, I'm going to share it here. In addition, you can go back and check out the rest of my videos that are all based on how to move your business forward with the least amount of resources and the most amount of results. I'll see you there.